Is our consciousness pure energy? There was something there, I think. So recently, I ran across a quote from a Professor Brian Cox, who states that the CERN Hadron Collider has proven without a doubt that there is no such thing as a spirit or as a ghost. Well, Professor Cox, I'm about to challenge you. Here we go. Okay, so recently I ran across a YouTube interview. The channel is called Lorraine, or at least the talk show is called Lorraine. I'll put the link to the actual video in the description below, because of copyright laws I can't put it in this actual video. But in there's a Professor Brian Cox, who is a physicist, I believe, who states that the CERN Hadron Collider has proven without a doubt that ghosts cannot exist. Now, in a quote here, news quote from higgypop.com, it says, and I quote, "If we want some sort of pattern that carries information about our living selves to persist, then we must specify precisely what medium carries that pattern and how it interacts with the matter particles out of which our bodies are made. We must, in other words, invent an extension to the standard model of particle physics that has escaped detection at the Large Hadron Collider. That's almost inconceivable at the energy scales typical of the particle interactions in our body." Professor Brian Cox. He had also stated in a separate interview that the second laws of thermodynamics could not allow the existence of spirit or ghosts, because, now this is not a direct quote, I'm just going by memory, because energy dissipates with heat, therefore alluding to the fact that if we are energy, then you would then die off as of heat. However, that is not what the second law of thermodynamics states. The second law of thermodynamics states that the entropy of the universe is always increasing. Now, entropy means randomness and disorder. So it doesn't mean that the energy dies off, because the first law of thermodynamics states that energy never dies. It cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed, it always is. And the second law states that the energy then enters the ever-expanding universe, the randomness of the universe. So, Professor Cox, if you are stating that ghosts can't exist because of how our cells are formed, and because of the carbon-based system that we are, that cannot be replicated, well, then I would agree with you on that. However, if what the findings at NYU are showing, that consciousness is energy, that we are energy, and if thermodynamics is correct, that energy does not die, it just changes form and moves on to the ever-expanding universe, then, sir, I would ask you to re-challenge your thought. Just because the CERN Hadron Collider proved that the atoms that make us who we are could not be carried as a whole does not mean that consciousness does not exist. For you to say that ghosts do not exist. Now, I don't know if you mean in the classic sense, or if you are saying that in a spiritual form we do not continue on, is a very, very bold statement without any further form of study. Now, my understanding, now let me make this very, very clear. My education is not in science. My education is in psychology, business management, and business administration. That is where my degrees are at. So I am not a scientist. However, I do understand some areas of science. I do understand how energy works to a certain degree. To say that that energy that makes us who we are, if that consciousness cannot continue on, where are your findings? Where is your study? You've seen one example unrelated to spirit with the CERN Hadron Collider. I'm asking you, as a scientist, the whole idea of science is to raise a question, test it, and then retest it, and then retest it again until you come with a workable theory. Sir, I do not believe you have that. I believe that you jumped to a conclusion based off of your own personal beliefs. And my understanding about science and scientists is that we are not to be biased. That you should enter into a creative, open mind. And sir, if that's not where you stand with science, if that's not where you are approaching the scientific method, then are you, with all due respect, a true scientist in the truest form? Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to conduct a session tonight asking these questions. When I go into the session, Mr. Cox, if you want to consider that hogwash, that's fine, because I know that is all relative to what a person believes. However, the science portion of it, when we're talking about chemistry and thermodynamics, it's been proven that we are a carbon-based system powered by an electrical source. And it's also currently being proven, or at least theorized, I should say, through NYU studies, that consciousness is energy. And sir, if consciousness is energy, and if energy does not die, it only changes form and moves on, then we, in spirit, still exist. Okay, here we go with the session. I have seen interviews and read an article about a scientist who says that there is absolutely no way that spirits or ghosts can exist. What do you think about that? What do you feel about that? Say spirit? I thought the young lady came through and said spirit. Okay, I'm turning the volume down again. There is a theory in thermodynamics that energy does not die. It cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed. Is our consciousness pure energy? There was something there, I think. So when I speak to you, am I speaking to pure consciousness? Did I hear you say please stop? Are you wanting this session to stop? Okay guys, so here's the thing. Since I can't see you and I don't necessarily know exactly who it is that I am speaking to, if you are locked up in some way or another, I don't know why, so I cannot keep you there. I cannot release you from where you are at. If you need help, please ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, and they can help you with that. Ask for higher vibrational beings. Ask for heavenly angelic beings to help you. disconnected. Okay, what happened? Okay, so apparently the phone that I was using died, so I grabbed the S-Box scanning radio because the the tablet that has the afterlight box in it has no juice. Apparently, I did a really poor job planning for this session. When we leave our bodies, do we become pure energy and consciousness? Are these questions that you can answer? Thermodynamics also says that because energy doesn't die, it just goes back into the universe into a chaos state. What do you feel about that statement?
It won't be.
Do you feel you're in chaos? Yes? Did I hear yes? I would think that you should be allowed some calm and be able to find some order for yourself, can you? If you ask for Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Azrael, that should help. How do you feel about people, humans, these scientists that say that there is no such thing as spirit, there is no such thing as a life after our body has died? If there's a message that you could give humanity about life after death, about being in the spirit realm, or living in the spirit plane, what would you tell them? Okay, guys, I thank you for your time. Is there anything that you would like to say before I leave? Okay, guys, I thank you for your time. I ask that if you are looking for happiness, if you're looking for freedom, look for the light. Look to cross over into the light. Ask for the light. Ask for Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Azrael to help you, to help guide you, to help lead you, to help teach you and educate you for what you need to walk and transfer into that light. Okay, guys? Until then, I ask, please do not stay in this home. Please do not attach to me. Please do not follow me. Okay. I ask, please return to the gateways or the doorways that you came. And I ask my protectors and my archangels from heaven to please ensure that those gateways and doorways are closed. This house is to be clean. I thank you. Okay, guys, bye. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that Professor Cox is incorrect in his theory. What I am saying is that his statement makes no sense to me based off of the science that we have available to us right now. Since we know that everything is the same on the atomic level, and we know that energy does not die, and that consciousness is very plausible a source of energy itself, that which makes us who we are would continue to live on. Now, I do agree that I don't think necessarily that we can form as a solid for any extended length of time, that it takes this form, this human shape that we have to contain that energy. But to say that we do not exist at all after physical death, that is what I am challenging, because I do believe that there's enough evidence to support the fact that our consciousness that makes us who we are does indeed exist after physical death. Alright guys, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch me. If you have any comments, I'm sure you do based on this video, go ahead and put in the comment section below, and I will just see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.